The Truth is Told by Mason Buttle was a really good story that I listened to. So this is about a boy named Mason, and he is very, very tall and kind of big for sixth grade. He had a best friend, Benny, and they were out playing in his tree fort. His family owns an apple orchard that his uncle is slowly selling off to try and make ends meet with new houses around them. He and his friend Benny are playing in the tree fort, and Mason comes back after dinner because he thought that both of them had left to go to dinner, and he finds his friend Benny on the ground, and Benny is dead. The police think that Mason had something to do with it, that he was the one that caused Benny to die, that he's the one who broke the top rung on the ladder and caused this whole accident. But as you read Mason, there's no way that Mason could have done this. He has a lot of troubles with learning and reading and writing, and so he starts using something called Dragon to do his writing for him about his life and things that have happened to him. You just find out he's a very, very sweet boy, and he would never, ever hurt his best friend Benny. Well, a new boy comes into his life, Kelvin, and Kelvin loves to read about things and research. And so the two of them become friends, even though they're kind of opposites, because Kelvin is little and Mason is so big. And they find this old cellar on Mason's house, and they kind of get it all ready, and they start hanging out in it. And then these boys start to chase them, and Mason leaves and goes home, but his new friend Calvin never returns home that night. So now there's two of Mason's friends that have gone missing, and they search for Calvin for hours and hours and hours, and they can't find him. And then in the middle of the night, Mason wakes up, and he thinks he knows where Calvin is. They had built a skylight in the cellar so that they would get sunlight, and he finds that Calvin is stuck in there, and his leg is severely broken because his foot is up by his face. When he jumped in, it kind of got caught and broken. So they do find Calvin. It's just a very, very sweet story about this very kind and caring boy.